Okay, welcome back. So this is the sheet where we have assigned the resource. Now our target is to use the same resource sheet for the next project. For that purpose, I have created a project. Let me see. Okay, here is the another project. So this is the copy of the existing project. I have copied from there. I have made the dependency. Everything is the same one. All the dependency, all the milestones I have created. So this is one of the existing project. Now we are going to use the shared resource with this project as well. If you see here, currently we don't have any resource name listed. So let's go ahead and see that how we can use the same resourcing sheet for this project as well. Again, same process. Go to the resource tab, select the resource pool, select the shared resource, choose the second option which say that use resources, click on OK. Now the same project, same the resource, it has been referred here as well. So whatsoever the resource available on the previous one would be appearing here. Let's check. See here, all those resource names are appearing. Now let's start assigning the resource. Let me assign the R1 to the first, then R2 to the second activity, then design doc to someone R4, then approve to the R5. In the actual scenario, these won't be R1, R4, it would be the name of the actual person developer. Then setup code, maybe someone 5, 6 or 7. Similarly, 5, 6, 7. Deployment to code by maybe by resource number 8. Unit testing by same resources. Informal testing would be done by the testing team. They would be reporting the bug again. The similar process like we did in the previous project. Then retest would be done by same team. Once that is done, it will be deployed to the where. So let's see that deployed by the resource number 8. Formal testing would be again done by the resource 1, 2 and 3. Complete. Then approve the test case would be done by someone by maybe R8 and release node by R9 and then release node completed. No, release node maybe by R9 and final confirmation by the resource number 10. So here again we have assigned all the resource. So we have created the resource. Now you must have noticed a very interesting thing, like see here, this, see the difference between these two, the R4 and R1. If you see if you notice the first column, on the first column here icon is appearing, and if I place mouse over there, it will say that this task has allocated, sorry, over allocated resource. It means the same task has been, sorry, the resource one is over allocated. Let's see how you can check that which resource is over allocated and manage them. For that, go to the resource sheet. Here again, if you see that some resource are highlighted in the red, it means these resources are over allocated on a particular day. If you want to check, go to the team planner, go to the resource usage and scroll up and see. Let's check how the R1 is allocated. He is 8 hour, no over allocation, 8 hour, no over allocation. Okay, but here if you see on this particular date, he is over allocated. It means he has been allocated 8 hour on the defined scope of the project plan training and also 8 hour on the informal testing. So in that case, this person is over allocated. Now it's manager duty to make this balance. So what you can do, either you allocate someone else. So let me allocate someone else in formal testing in the another project to the someone else. Informal testing to the another project. Informal testing where it is. Okay, not to the R1. So let me remove the R1 and put R6 here. Now you see that over allocation icon disappeared. Similarly, change this one from R1 to R6 because my still see that R2 is over allocated. So let's allocate someone. Okay, let's see that who is over allocated. Now go back to the resource sheet. Now you see that R1 is not over allocated on this particular date, but he is over allocated on this particular time. It means on the define scope and retest. So either we need to remove him from the reassign or from here. So let do the remove the allocation over allocation. Let free the R1 from define scope activity from the and then define scope and remove him and assign maybe the R1. Okay, no, not R1. No, it's not letting. Let's see what is actual overall allocation. Resource sheet. Okay, retest. He is allocated on the retest to the another training project. So let's go to the another project and what is the retest? Retest. Okay, remove R1 from here and save it. Now check. Now see, he is properly allocated. It means R1 is not over allocated now. In the similar way, you have to manage the allocation of the resource 2, 3, 4. So whosoever is over allocated. Now if you see that resource 2 is also over allocated, he has been allocated 10 hours on a particular date. So see here from which activity, the project training and the approval scale. So sometime what happens when you are creating the resource sheet and you are going to this task which is called the resource uses, you won't be able to see that this project one. So by default only the resource name and work column appear. So if you want to see and if you want to properly dig down that where the actual resource allocation, so add a new column and select the project. So in that case the project name will start appearing here. Now I know that this person has been allocated a probe scope for 2 hours and retest for 8 hours on the same days. So he has to be, his allocation must be reduced somewhere. So let's see, let's remove his reallocation from R2 from another training. So let's go ahead and the training retest, click here. Okay, resources R2 is 100%. So let's see who is over allocated. Okay, so we are working on the R2 and we need to reduce this 8 by some percentage. So let's go to the other training, double click and R2 from 100% to make it 50%. Now see the over allocation disappear. Let's check in the resource sheet. Yes, now resource 2 is not over allocated. In fact, he is now under allocated. In a similar way, you have to go through each and every resource. Now if you see here, R5 is also seems to be allocated, but let's see that where he is allocated. So if I scroll to the right and right, here you see that he has been over allocated on second and third. So in that case, second and third, you can remove that one. In the similar way, what we did for the R4. So let's see, let's try to reduce the allocation of R5 as well. So R5 is create design document 8 hours. R5 is in the project create design doc is R5. So let's remove him from here and save it. Now check. Now if you see that on 2nd October he is not over allocated, but he is over allocated somewhere else. Let's check. So yeah, just scroll back and see where he is over allocated. So similar way you can reduce the over allocation of this resource as well, like we did for the R1 yet. So this is the like project manager responsibility to make sure that your resource is not over allocated, and you can check the resource sheet. So this resource sheet is very useful. You will also see that these are the some of the tasks which has no allocation, and if you see here these are the 0 hours. 0 hours mean these are the milestone, and we don't assign resource for the any milestone task. So you can collapse it, and from here if you collapse it you would be able to see that which resource is over allocated and under allocated. Now you see, now we have R5, R6 and R7 resources are over allocated. So you can go and check the where they are over allocated. Let's see here 7 is over allocated on these two, 10 hour and 10 hour and even the 14 hour on some days. So you need to manage the resource allocation properly so that no resource is over allocated and resource utilization is perfect. So this resource sheet is very useful. Even if you see here using the resource graph, you can also see that who is over allocated and who is under allocated. So these are the some of the reports available in the resourcing sheet, or you can say the MS project, which can be used for tracking the resource allocation, resource over allocation, or anything. Resource sheet, this is the resource sheet. You need not to make any changes in this sheet. Just ensure that this sheet must be kept open on machine, but no modifications should be done, no editing should be done on this resource sheet. This resource is being automatically updated in the background by these projects. So once we keep allocating and deallocating the resource sheet is being updated parallelly in the background. So this is one of the best feature available for the resource allocation. And how you can do the resource labeling, resource other thing you can do. If you see that it have a lot of option, you can do the like labeling option as well, resource labeling and other thing. So in some of the next video, maybe in some of the next training session, we'll see some advanced feature of the project where we will see how the resource allocation, resource labeling are done, how the conflict is being resolved, how the different type of report are being generated. We will see that how the project are being also tracked in terms of cost and other activities. So for this one, let's move to the next and last topic of this training session.